Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Yeah, welcome back to the Drop Show, everybody. I am your host, Schlaut.
I'm Tatiana.
And I'm Seap.
And we are here with Adam and Dylan. Go, what's up, guys?
Hey. What's up?
So,
welcome, welcome.
Are you guys a filthy habit?
He's filthy habit.
He's a filthy habit.
Super.
Do you want to talk about this?
How it started?
Yeah, well, come on.
I think it's kind of a global idea. I think
Okay.
everyone associates it with their own thing.
Right.
I've heard some things worse than others.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I think it's a fun idea.
It's, you know, I've found most of the times the idea getting into a filthy habit is awesome. The end result might not be so much. But welcome for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Welcome for joining us.
Welcome for joining us. This is going to be one of those shows. Okay.
Yes, definitely. Novocaine, wear off. Novocaine, wear off.
What? You had a tooth thing?
Yeah, more, a multiple tooth thing. It was
Oh.
kind of like, I was, as I'm sitting there, it sounded, you know, it's like this out-of-body experience. It seemed like some sort of new Warped track, like ambient thing with like the sound, the white noise of the and this, and I'm thinking like, and then you know, then
Sounds fun.
Altekra, like circa '92.
yeah, exactly, and then I realized that, you know, that's my teeth that are being grinded on. Yeah,
Good times.
Make sure you go regularly to the dentist. That's the message of
the
today.
message of today's show.
All right.
Dental health, right on, right on.
Nice.
So, yeah. So outside of that, you had an interesting night as well. You just played last night, correct?
I didn't play there. I
Oh,
went
you didn't
out,
play,
but,
okay.
But I did Focus. Remember the last
yeah,
show?
last week, right?
Oh my God, it was off the hook. I really love that club. I think it's probably one of the best like underground house clubs.
In the OC.
It's in OC. It's at this place every Tuesday. It's been going for 12 years. They get some great talent going through there,
Yeah.
from like Gene Ferris to like the guy who does it is named Josh Billings, and he has two partners.
Oh, I've
as
heard of
well.
Josh Billings.
Yeah, so it was incredible, and the crowd was incredible. It was a really great night. It was Steve Loria's birthday, and he played as well, and it was super, super fun. So if you haven't checked out that place, you really should, because it's also like, it reminds me a bit of Germany. It reminds me a bit of the techno scene, the way it's like barely lit. It's kind of like a lights out party a bit. Barely lit. There was like one light, and just the vibe. It gets like really like, it was just great. So.
Oh, speaking of Germany, did you hear this thing? It just went viral today about Richie Houghton got denied entry at some sort of club in Berlin, like the new hot club in Berlin. Like the bouncer didn't know who he was, or some sort of scene, but he couldn't get, Richie Houghton couldn't get in.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And then
I heard that.
Yeah,
I thought it was a lie.
No,
I thought it was
no. He was the one who said it. It was clearly like a overzealous bouncer situation who had no idea who they were talking to.
It's really hard to get into clubs in Berlin, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter how cool you look or think you look.
Well,
Not
Richie
cool enough.
Houghton like started the techno.
That's kind of what he was saying.
You would think he'd be okay.
That's kind of what he said in a nice way. It was like
There would be no techno
there
if it
wouldn't be
wasn't
this
for me.
club if there wasn't for me.
Right.
But I realized it wasn't the club. It wasn't, you know, probably the person I was dealing with. He was cool about it, but you know, just goes to show anyone can get denied.
Yeah. Right. So I had the opportunity to play with this guy right here, the 3D MIDI fighter, this past week, and I had to pick myself up one because it's just way too much fun. You've seen me
play it every week.
Every week, way too much fun. So I got to play out a couple different ways of performing with it, and had a great time. I performed at this Pirates versus Ninja battle that's been going on, fourth year. It's Paris Studio 69. It's always a themed event kind of thing, and you know those vary. And you know, I've been representing pirates for years now. Imagine
wow.
that. Yeah. And we just fucking destroyed it. We had a really good time. Yeah, it's there'll be a version of it that's recorded that'll be coming out here pretty soon, but I definitely enjoyed myself at another one of Paris's Studio 69 events.
Those have been going on for a minute. I remember being little.
Yeah.
And I saw like a really weird flyer for that, and I'm like, wow, that looks so crazy.
It is definitely crazy.
And then I end up being in the industry. Who knows? Things you see when you're little, and you're like, wow. Right. Yeah.
So this segment of the show, we typically pick a couple tracks and something that's been moving us.
Or anything.
Or anything, yeah.
Video.
A video, whatever.
Things of interest.
Things of interest for the weekend. Yeah. So for me, there's this artist that brought in like some really banging electro for me. Like I'm really into the electro music, and so there's this one artist, TSNM, and he's been doing these mix sets and posting all the artists that are within his DJ mixes. He's from Germany, and I've been following him for some time, and I've gotten so much really good introductions when it comes to just like hard hit and banging electro, and he's been kind of MIA for a little bit, and a mix just came through which threw me for a loop. It's going in a little bit of a different direction, and I appreciate him and I appreciate his style. So this is a piece of one of his new mixes right here. A little more techy than just hard edge. It's definitely getting into a little bit more of those short, quick sample basses instead of just that banging, filthy bass line, which has been coming along with this music for some time. Bordering on a little bit of those house clips. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's going all over the place.
It does. It goes all over
the board, definitely. Yeah. Which I appreciate. It's good to hear kind of where he's been, because the hiatus has been for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, and I've been really like waiting for what the next gen is going to be, and it went from like really hard edge, like industrial kind of pushing like metal electro into this evolution. So this one got me this week.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I didn't cover a video or a piece of music. I covered something, and you can put the art up for it. It's called the DAT Music Conference, and I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but basically it's like this new thing that's the first year. It's in Missoula, and it says statistically organizers say they're avoiding the EDM sound that's dominating American pop music. DAT's lineup is non-commercial and aimed at an older demographic. Dubbed the festival's chief supporting star, Henry's the co-owner of Ear Candy Music, where he's been stocking the record bins with obscure electronic releases for years. That reflects more of electronic music traditions, he said. So John Tejada is one of the headliners, Lucene. It says Festival Tejada is whatever. It's really melodic. It's not harsh or dissonant thing. anyways, I just thought it was really interesting because it's the opposite of like all the big festivals that are going on now, where the focus is really on also how they use technology. It says house and techno are kind of the backbone. Moon said all the success EDM has wouldn't be possible if there weren't 2 decades of house and techno, which is absolutely true. And then it says like on the technology end, they do all these different like showcase that they do, and it says like he'll have a laptop with the Ableton music production and performance software on one hand and a drum machine on the other, and a mixer to combine the 2 elements. Pulling off a whole set of original music requires more preparation than a typical DJ night, which is true, and we're finding like that's what it's evolving into. So it's good to be aware that there are these other things going on,
cool.
and you know, like it says, like when you first get into the industry or like into the music scene or whatever, you are usually you have heard one kind of music, whether it's like dubstep or trance or, you know, trap or whatever, house. But then as you are part of something for long enough, your ear gets more refined. So I think that this like focuses more on that. So something that worth checking out. There you go.
Sweet.
Cool.
Excellent.
All right. I guess we're about to head to commercials. So
Okay. Can you please play us out, Maestro?
yes.
Hey, I'm Dean Kane, and you are watching T Radio V. I'm watching it too. Right now. Seriously.
Drums. Do you like drums?
Drummers. Tell them about the show. Come on.
Well, we like interviewing only the best drummers in the world on Drum Smack TV. Isn't
The
that
best.
right?
The best.
Only
drummers
the
in world,
best. Only the
honestly.
best.
And then Brad. We interview Brad every week. But we actually talk about drums and drumming and drummers.
Check it out. It's an informal, interactive show that's all about drums, drummers, and drumming. Please check it out. It's pretty rad.
Smacking. Good one.
Smacking.
That's the drums.
Smack.
That's the smack.
Smack.
Are we all smacking?
Smack. Only on T Radio V. Drum Smack TV. Watch it. It's funny and good and all that stuff.
And smack.
And Brad will be there too.
That's right.
Hey, Cosmo here, inviting you to join me every Saturday, 11 a.m. PST, for another boozy rendition of Historic Holes. We uncover the history and the mystery, the dirt and details, and even some facts and figures behind your favorite drinking establishment. That could be a corner pub, a rickety saloon, an infamous bar or tavern. It's been around so long, it's bound to be a fire hazard. They are all historic holes. From coast to coast and beyond, I'll be joined by actors, comedians, musicians. I even had a plumber on once. That's Historic Holes. I'm your host, Johnny Cosmo, every Saturday at 11 a.m. PST, right here at the future of online broadcasting, T Radio V, and that's radio in TV.